begin with a... So you all find yourself being serenaded by this dire walrus while you dine on this large chunk of fish.
Right.
Yeah.
Barley is a cleric of Thasha. I was curious about some things. Maybe if he, I don't know, has a direct line to the person who brought us here.
I'm going to turn to Gast and say, Gast.
Yes. Is there anything else you require of me?
Have you ever played chess?
No. What purpose does it serve?
Oh, fun.
Fun?
I'm going to take a pawn and move it forward a piece. I will be black, you will be white.
She stands there for a moment while the two of you are sort of getting into your beds and tucking yourselves in and reading. And then when she realizes that you don't need her anymore, she goes back down the stairs and you hear click, 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 click. Interesting.
Let's go talk to Barley so we can get some sleep.
Okay.
Go up and knock on their door.
Come on in, it's warm in here.
Oh, thanks. We actually wanted to ask you specifically about Thasha.
It seems you have much more experience than I, having been a cleric your entire life and coming from a line of clerics.
Oh,
So
sure.
do you think it might be possible that you could speak with Thasha?
You certainly have some energy if you'd like me to ask her some specific questions, eh?
Yes, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
For sure, eh?
I trust you.
Okay, and so, Hops, it's gonna get weird in here. If these new individuals that I have met and we have helped cross the Canousk area, if they were to continue on the pathways of the Stormborn, would that be good to you, eh? Oh, well, I got good news and I got bad news, and that's pretty much it, eh? What I mean is, if you are to continue down that path, good things will happen, but so will bad, eh? You know, part of this is he has to drink some of this, material, right? It's like he's putting his hands in it, he's drinking it kind of thing. It takes a big gulp of it, and he puts it down, and he goes, oh, Thasha, eh? It's me again, Barley, eh? If they continue down this path, will it result in good news about finding Saint's sister, eh? Oh, that's a good one, eh? Thasha gives you a big thumbs up, eh?
Okay, so we have a sign from the greatest god of the North Island.
Well, yeah, I guess then we're good to leave in the morning. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
course.
Cristobal,
Yes?
have you ever met a Minotaur?
No.
No?
This is the first time I've met any of the animals.
Okay, I was just hoping that you knew some stuff.
Oh, about Minotaurs?
Yeah, just, what to expect and...
All of the knowledge that I do have about the animals comes from books written by Minotaurs. They are known to be keepers of knowledge here on the North Island. I'm fascinated to meet them. They are known for their philosophy and their debates. They're very reasonable and quite creative. Very technologically advanced in their stonework, masonry, steel. I'm fascinated to meet them, to get a first-person account.
That night, while you two are asleep, you are woken up with a very gentle tapping on your shoulder.
Gast, what is it?
There is a message for you.
A message?
Yes. Entitled, My Dearest
wait.
Cristobal.
Let us go downstairs. We don't want to wake everyone up.
You, KoKo, see, because you're sewing, you see Cristobal come down. Gast gives him a letter. He reads the letter. Then he excuses himself and goes outside. He's not gone for very long. Then he comes back in, and he and Gast have a brief conversation about chess. He teaches Gast the basics of chess and a little bit of strategy. And then the rest of the time that you're sewing with your needle, Gast is doing moves on the chessboard, playing both sides, and learning strategy.
I saw you guys were reading something, maybe?
Yes, it was a message.
What did it say?
Cristobal said it was private.
With what you read in it, should I be worried about Cristobal, my friend, your friend, our friend? Uh-huh.
And
Is the letter asking about something?
And she goes, yes,
What?
favor.
a favor to like give something?
I don't think I could tell you that.
To
It
give
is
something.
private.
Okay. Thanks, Gust.
So the next day comes. When you come outside, you see Barley and Hops have the sleds ready to go. They're early risers. It's only a few miles before you start to see the mountains rising up on the horizon, and you see the gap between the two mountains start to grow. The snow starts to lessen and thin out, and you see more of that brush that was underneath. But further in, you see the Labyrinth, and it's massive. It stretches from one end of the valley all the way to the other end of the valley, with the Mavros kind of capping either side. This is as far as we go.
Mostly because there's no more snow, eh?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pull the sled on loose dirt and rock. Yards back.
Hello! And I'm walking slowly forward.
There's clearly, as you can see, a number of Minotaurs that are bad.
You also see Minotaurs kind of running back and forth behind these areas.
Excuse me, hello? We do not mean any insult, or we do not mean to cause distress. We are looking for aid.
Well. What do we have here?
We are here seeking passage home. We are not from this far north and seek information as well as permission to pass further south.
Very well. There are two ways for you to transgress this wall. One of them is to join me in a polite debate, and the other would be to offer up some sort of tribute to the gods. For the only thing that we revel in more than knowledge itself and words are the gods. More Minotaurs have started to join the wall, and you notice that most of them are armed and armored, but some of them are wearing what appear to be black robes.
We have decided to debate.
I assumed, as you did not look like the soldiering type.
You have me there.
Order! Order! Order in the debate!
And the valley goes silent.
It has been over 300 years since someone from the South Island has set foot here on the North Island. Allowing us to pass through the greatest monument to your culture would not only further my personal being, but all of that of the South Island.
Clearly, he does not know what we are and who we stand for, and therefore he should not be allowed into the valley of Minos and should not be allowed into the most sacred of places. He also said that if you examine this landscape, which means that he has already seen what is before him and realizes the danger and the treachery that he is going to put himself and his friends in, it would not be a place that he would want to go unless there is a significant reason other than just trying to get from the north part of the North Island to the south part of the North Island.
Could anybody say anything that would convince you that they were worthy? Because something so beautifully done, so masterfully done like this, I mean, who could live up to it? It's really just a choice, right? You could choose to just let us go through. And I have two things to pose to you. Either we're not special at all. We're not special at all. So we won't harm anything. We'll just be passing through. You won't even notice we were here. Or we're very special and we can learn from each other.
It is interesting to me that you said that you yourself might not be worthy, which makes me believe that you yourself have doubt. And if you have doubt and you are entering a holy place such as the Labyrinth, it will gobble you up. It is a dangerous place. And if you question yourself in any way, shape, or form, not only do I recommend not going inside, I recommend finding another way home. Not only is our community rich because of the spoils of the mining and the technology and the warrior craftsmanship and our beliefs, but we are also rich because we stand for one another. And the number one goal of the Minotaurs is to protect the Minotaurs. The number two goal of the Minotaurs is to protect our home. And you are trespassing on our most valuable resource. So for us to trust you, for us to allow you inside these walls, into our sacred place, I suggest you ask yourself, are you worthy?
And said, they are a very religious people. Perhaps showing them your dedication to Aitha might,
Yes, I will try. She will cast Spirit Shroud and send up her ghostly sparrows. And they swirl around her, and she puts her hands together and she says, "You speak of your reverence to the gods. I have been sent by my god, Aitha, and with the very recent blessing of Thosia, to be sent through this valley in order to complete my divine mission. Within this circle of magic, of divine magic, I may not speak in untruth. Everything that I say is truth. In this zone of truth I sing. Please let us through this stone. We have so much farther to go. I know that I'm dressed like a fool, but to a god, it matters not what you wear. All that matters is what you believe. So please, let this buffoon pass through."
As we all know, evil comes in many shapes and forms. One of those forms is magic. Magic has been known to be corruptible and easily corruptible. I would argue that it is clear that there are magic users amongst you. Magic that has tainted and sickened this very area. And it would be a disgrace, a dishonor, and disgusting, frankly, to allow magic users inside of our holy, sacred land. I am not necessarily declaring that any of you are particularly evil, but what I can say, and I will say, is that magic is chaos, and chaos brought into a land such as this shall not stand. It will crack open the very foundation that we have worked so hard to protect for so long. And I don't think any magic users of any kind should be allowed within these walls.
You speak of magic being chaos, of it crumbling the very foundation of your society. Yet look upon the blocks of which you stand. There is arcane magic imbued in the very stone that has built this wondrous labyrinth. Can magic be chaotic? As much as your axe can be a weapon of death and destruction, but it can also be a tool. Magic is nothing but knowledge. And you speak of being a knowledgeable, informed people, and yet you turn away from the highest form of knowledge, which is understanding the magics. Magics gifted to us by books, by the gods, by life itself.
I do declare that we have a tie. And Captain, I believe it is time for the ultimate question, that we might present to the gods.
clouds. The clouds above you begin to darken and spread. Lightning begins to flash within sight, and soon a lightning bolt strikes. It cracks the altar, as it were, in half. And there is a murmur and silence amongst those that were watching. And Dydro and the rest of the Minotaurs look to the captain.
The captain's jaw drops. I do declare, y'all must be Stormborn.
And
that's
where we're
we'll
going to
end
end
the
tonight!
So then when you get down to the lower level, she rolls it up and hands it over to you.
My dearest Cristobal, I'd like to call in that favor you offered me not too long ago.
And she kind of tilts her head towards the arrow slit, and she points. I believe he is still here.
And I look out the window.
You see a huge, woolly mammoth silhouette with a figure sitting on top of it, covered in rags. Cristobal.
I got your message. This spine, where is it?
I think you know where it's at.
This spine, would it be related to the skull that we carry?
Perhaps.
What purpose would it serve you?
I am a collector. It would fetch quite a price.
Then this is a great favor you're asking of me.
Well, isn't the life of your friend a great favor? He reaches into one of the bags and he pulls out a vial.
What is this?
This will help you when you need to disappear. And no one, and I mean no one, will see you.
How long does it last?
Long enough. I'll see you on the other side of the labyrinth.
My companions will not be happy with this deal. They may wish to stop me from trading with you.
And that is why I gave you that. It's all right, Mammut. He doesn't mean to be rude.
Shoulder against the wind, hand tucks the vial inside the pocket. I'm going to go back into the tower. Gast,
Yes,
would you help me with an analysis?
of course.
And I'm going to present the vial to her. No one knows about this but us, and I would like to keep it that way.
Very well.
And again, thank you for all of your help. You are a true friend.
A friend?
Yes,
Like the others?
yes, like the others. Like the others. Is there anything I can do for you? You have done much for me.
As long as you continue to serve Lumbra, I will be here for you.